What's going on, people? Mr. Odinson. As you can see, I don't have much hair left. You know, the hair was getting too long and it had to come off. Alright? Can't go to the hairdresser, so got the razor. And then we're left with this. Right? Not great, but we got to keep moving, people. The hair's growing back, which is nice. It was a lot shorter before. I'm not going to show you what it looked like before because that was very, very bad. Anyway. Welcome back. Hope everyone's had a fantastic half term. But we've got to get going. It's the last half term of the year. It's going to be fantastic. And let's get going. So, what do you need for the lesson today? You're going to need something to write with and a pen. Now, as I always say at this point, if you do not have these things, please pause the video, go and get them, as they are very important for today's lesson. And then come back when you are ready to continue. Excellent. So, my mouse will work. There we go. Right, so the LI today is I can convert between years and months, days and weeks. So your first task is, as always, at the top of the page, to write the LI and the date. So please pause the video, complete that task, and then press play when you are ready to continue. Excellent, welcome back. So our success criteria today, remember success criteria is the steps we need to take to achieve our objective, which is to be able to convert between years and months and days and weeks. So the success criteria is I know the different measurements of time are years, months, weeks and days. I know that in a year there are 12 months, 52 weeks and 365 days. I can use this information to convert between the different measurements of time. Excellent. So the next thing we're going to do is a little recap. So remember, before half term, Miss Watson taught you for that week, and then before that we were doing all different units of measurement and converting between. So here's a few recap ones. So here we have 4 inches. I want you to tell me how many centimetres there are in 4 inches, and I've given you a little helper there. I want you to tell me how many pounds there are in 2 kilograms. I've given you a little helper there. And I want you to tell me how many meters there are in 50,000 millimeters. So please pause the video, complete that task underneath the LI and the date, and then press play when you're ready to go through these. Excellent. So, okay, I wanted to know how many centimeters there are in 4 inches. We know that in 1 inch there are 2.5 centimeters, so in 4 inches you just do 4 times 2.5, which would be 10 centimeters. So in 4 inches there are 10 centimeters. Now, I wanted to know how many pounds there were in 2 kilograms. Okay, now I know in 1 kilogram there are 2 pounds, so if I want to know how many pounds there are in 2 kilograms, I just do 2 times 2. So 2 times 2 is equal to 4 pounds. Okay, so in 2 kilograms there are 4 pounds. Now the last one is I wanted to know how many meters there are in 50,000 millimeters. Now in 1 meter I know there are 1,000 meters. So to find out how many meters there are in 50,000 millimeters, I need to know how many thousands there are in 50,000, and there are 50. Okay, so in 50,000 millimeters, there are 50 meters. Okay, now if you didn't quite get that right, don't worry. I mean, you had a week off and things like that, so maybe it's not so solidified in your mind yet, but do not worry about that, okay? Just keep going. If you're really struggling, then I'd say watch the videos again and maybe even send me an email so I can give you a bit of a some one-on-one help, okay? Excellent. So, your starter is this. You've got 1 minute to think of as many measurements of time as you can, okay? So, you need to think of as many measurements of time as you can in 1 minute. So, and you're going to write them down underneath the recap questions. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, go. Go, 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 go. Right, you've had 40 seconds. Oh, sorry, you've had 20 seconds. You've got 40 seconds left. You've got 30 seconds left. You've got 15 seconds left. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and stop there. Right, I hope that was good. So, I gave you 1 minute. Think of as many measurements of time as you can. I've written all the ones that I can think of. If you've got other ones, fantastic. Write them in the comments box below. That'd be fantastic. So the ones I've got are years, months, weeks, days, hours, minutes, and seconds. If you've got another measurement of time, then fantastic. Write it in the box below. Excelente. Right, we're now going to move on to our lesson today, which is all about months, years, weeks, and days. We're going to be converting between them, as we always do. We love conversions. Conversions is what life is for. That is the reason, guys, why I wake up every day, because I'm like, you know what? I can't wait to do some conversions. Right, not really, but they are good. They're very important. So, let's start with a year. Okay? What is a year? Okay? A year is the time it takes for the Earth to make one full revolution around the sun. Now, we've had many, many years. Okay? In your lifetime, most of your lifetimes, you've had 2020, and that's about it, really, here. None of you would have had 2010 because you'd be no, yes you are. Oh, some of you have 2010. If you're 10, you would have had 2010, but that's it. So you've lived in these years: 2020, 2019, 2018, 2017, 2016, 2015, 2014, 2013, 2012, 2011. And some of you will be 2010. Not all of you. Some of you will be 2010. If you're 2010, put a comment below. I'm not sure how many of you are 2010. But yeah, so a year is the time it takes for the Earth to make one full revolution around the sun, one rotation of the sun, however you want to say it. Excellent. Now, the year, okay, so we have our year, and then we have our year, which is split into months. Okay, we split our year into months. Now, there are 12 months in a year. Okay, so if we think of this whole box, sorry if it's a bit windy, hope it's not affecting the sound. So if you think of this as a whole year, okay, this box is a whole year, and we're going to split our box into 12 months, okay? And we know our months are January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December. So in 1 year, we have 12 months. And then, okay, we split our months into days and weeks. Okay, so if we think this is a month, this is one of our months, January. Okay, in January there are 31 days. Okay, and yeah, so there are 31 days in January. And then if you look at the bottom, it says in 1 week there are 7 days. Okay, so let's work out how many weeks there are in this month. So I've highlighted it. So this is 1 week. Okay, 7 days, 1 week. So that's 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, and then we've got a few days left over. So in January there are 4 weeks and 7 days. So that just kind of shows you that you've got your years, you've got your months, and then in your months, okay, it's split up into weeks and days. Okay, excellent. Right, here's some quick facts. In a year there are 12 months. In a year there are 52 weeks. Woo! And in a year there are 365 days. Okay? There are some quick facts for you. Right, so we're going to do a few conversions. The first sorts of conversions we're going to do are between years and months. Okay, so I want to know how many months there are in 2 years. All right, now remember, in 1 year there are 12 months. Okay, so in 2 years it's going to be double that. Okay, so we'll just do 12 times 2, okay? So 12 times 2 is 24 months, okay? So 1 year is 12 months, 2 years, there are 24 months, okay? Now, next one. How many years are there in 26 months? Right, so in 1 year there's 12 months, in 2 years there's 24 months, and in 3 years there's 36 months. But we don't want 36 months, we want 26 months, okay? So, here we have a bit of a problem. Well, it's not really a problem, tiny bit of a problem, okay? So what this tells us really is that we don't have there's not an equal amount of years in 26 months. There's 2 years in 26 months. There's 2 years in 26 months, okay, which is 24. And then we've got those 2 months left over, which get up to 26. So, in 26 months is 2 years and 2 months, okay? 2 years and 2 months. Right, let's do one more, okay? How many months are there in 1.5 years? 1.5 years is just the same as saying 1.5 years. How many months are there in 1.5 years? So, 1 year equals 12 months. 2 years equals 24 months. But we don't want 2 years, we want 1.5 years. Okay, so we know 1 year is equal to 12 months. So we've got a 1 year. Now we need to know what half of a year is. And we know that a year is 12 months. Okay, so half of that's going to be 6 months. Okay, so for 1.5 years would just be, as I put here, 12 plus 6, which equals 18. So 1.5 years equals 18 months. Okay, all right, excellent. So Superstars, you're going to go and do a few conversions for me now. So Superstars, I want you to tell me 1 year is equal to how many months? 13 months is equal to how many years? Okay. 2 years is equal to how many months? And 36 months is equal to how many years? Now, I'll give you a bit of help here. For this one, okay, it's not going to be an equal amount of years. So like we've done here, like we did with this one, okay, it's 2 years and 2 months. So we didn't have an equal amount of years. So we had years and then we had some months. So we couldn't make up a full year. So you're going to have to do the same for this one. I'm not going to ask with any help I'm going to give you. So Superstars, please pause the video, complete that task, and then press play when you are ready to go through this. Excellent. So in 1 year we have 12 months. That's the most important thing you need to know. In 13 months we have 1 year and 1 month. Okay, and the reason that is because remember 12 months is 1 year, but then we've got 1 month left over because we've got 13 months. So 12. We've got 1 year and 1 month. 2 years is 24 months, very simple. 1 year is 12, so 2 years is going to be double, that's going to be 24. Oh, lots of wind. Let's just pause while the wind goes. And then 36 months is equal to 3 years. So 1 month is, 1 year is 12 months, 2 years is 24 months, and 3 years is 36 months. Now, Superstars, if you didn't quite get that right, don't worry about it. Maybe watch the video again, or I would suggest sending me an email so I can give you some extra support. Right, we're now going to move on to the Bluestone question. So Bluestone. What am I saying Bluestone for? Bluezone. How many years are there in 60 months? How many years are there in, how many months are there in 2.5 years? How many months are there in 3 years and 2 months? And how many years and months are there in 75 months? Okay, so please pause the video, complete that task, and then press play when you are ready to continue. Welcome back, Bluezone. So, in 60 months we have 5 years. In 2.5 years we have 30 months. In 38 months, what have I done there? In 3 years and 2 months we have 38 months. And in 75 months you have 6 years and 3 months. Again, Bluezone, I'm sure most of you got that absolutely right, but if you didn't, don't worry. Maybe watch the video again or send me an email for a bit of extra support. Excellent. So we're now going to move on to the second part of the lesson, which is about days and weeks. So I want to know how many days there are in 2 weeks. I know in 1 week there are 7 days. So in 2 weeks there's going to be double that amount. So we just do 2 times 7 equals 14 days. Okay, so in 2 weeks there are 14 days. Right. Now, how many weeks are there in 21 days? Okay, how many weeks are there in 21 days? Now, I know in 1 week there are 7 days. Okay, so to find out, so I need to find out basically how many 7s there are in 21 days. Now, I know that there are 3 7s in 21. So that's telling me that there's going to be 3 weeks in 21 days. Okay, and that's using my knowledge of like times tables to just know that 7 3s are 21. So that means that it's going to be 3 weeks in 21 days. You could also do 21 divided by 3. That would also tell you, give you the same answer. Would it? No, it wouldn't. 21 divided by 7, sorry. What am I doing here? 21. Yeah, 21 divided by 7 would equal you 3, yeah. Anyway, right. I'm just kind of muttering to myself there. Anyway, so let's do the next example. So, how many weeks are there in 17 days? Right, now I know in 1 week there's 7 days, 2 weeks there's 14 days, 3 weeks there's 21 days, but we want to know how many weeks there are 17 days. So there's not clearly there's not an equal amount of weeks in 17 days because we go from 14 to 21. So here we know we've got 2 weeks because that's 14 days, and we've got 3 days left over. So it'll be 2 weeks and 3 days. Okay, it's kind of the same as the one with the years and months when you were when we didn't have an exact amount of years, so you did years and months. So it's the same thing, you just do weeks and days. Excellent. So, superstars, we have now come to your question. So I want you to tell me how many days there are in 1 week, how many days there are in 4 weeks, how many weeks there are in 15 days, and how many weeks there are in 18 days. And I'm going to give you a hint again, people, superstars, that for these last 2 questions, it's not going to be an equal amount of weeks. You're going to have weeks and days, okay? Excellent. So, superstars, please pause the video, complete that task, and then press play when you're ready to go through this. Excellent. So in 1 week we have 7 days. In 4 weeks we have 28 days. Just do 4 times 7. In 15 days we have 2 weeks and 1 day. And in 18 days we have 2 weeks and 4 days. Excellent. Superstars, well done today. If you struggled, don't worry, maybe you look over the video again or send me an email. If you want to leave now, that's fine. If you want to carry on with the Blue Zone, that's also up to you. I'd advise doing that, but you don't have to, okay? So if you're going, goodbye. Please send me your work. It was lovely to see you and speak to you today. But if not, don't worry, and I look forward to seeing your work. Excellent. Blue Zone, you have a table to do here. So here we have days, here we have weeks. You need to tell me how many days there are, how many weeks and days there are in 42 days. Sorry, I'm going to start that again. That was very badly explained. So we have a table here. Let's start again. We have a table here. Okay. Here you have days. Okay. Here you have weeks or weeks and days. So you need to tell me if 42 days is, how many weeks there are in 42 days, or there might not be exact amount of weeks. There might be weeks and days. Okay. They need to tell me how many days there are in 5 weeks and 5 days, how many days there are in 10 weeks and 5 days, and then how many weeks, or it might be weeks and days, there are in 100 days. I hope you understand that. Well, I don't think I've explained that very well, but it's kind of self-explanatory. So, please pause the video, complete that task, and then press play when you are ready to go through this. Excelente. So in 42 days there are exactly 6 weeks. In 5 weeks and 5 days there are 40 days. In 10 weeks and 5 days there are 75 days. And in 14 weeks and 2 days, and in 100 days there are 14 weeks and 2 days. And to work that last one out, you would just do 14 times 7, which is 98. And then you've got 100 days, so you've got 2 left over. Excellent. Blue Zone, if you struggled, don't worry. Just watch the video again or send me an email so I can give you some help. That is all you need to do. And let's go on to the challenge. So, this is your challenge. Jimmy said it took him 3.5 years to get to the moon. Sally said it took her 43 months to get to the moon. Who got to the moon quickest? Explain your answer using full sentences. Now, this is very, very important, people, okay? I'm giving you a problem-solving question here, and you need to write the answer, but you need to explain it using very good English that I'm going to understand, okay? So don't just put the answer and put Jimmy's the quickest, and I know Jimmy's the quickest. That's not explaining to me why I need to know why Jimmy is the quickest, okay, or why Sally is the quickest. Very good English, full sentences, and that is that for you, people. So lovely to see you again. I know I've had a bit of a transformation. I've lost a lot of hair. If anyone's selling hair, let me know. I'd love to buy some hair off you. But yeah, please send me your work, and I look forward to seeing it and seeing you tomorrow. Bye, guys.